things you can power. Things you can power are interesting. Obviously, you can power. You can't see, but I put the power source sort of underground. But you can power powered rails, so it pushes a minecart around. Usually, people do it by putting a power source next to it like that. But I've just put them. I think they're under here, aren't they? Somewhere under in the circuitry I've done for the repeater. Yeah, there they are. The redstone torch underneath it will work as well. And then, yeah, so that's the powered rails. These are pistons. Pistons are really awesome. They're added in 1.7.3. Quick history lesson. What I've done here is a little game. I call it the piston machine, and it just pushes a block around. Now, a piston will push a block, but it won't pull it back. Unlike its cousin, the sticky piston, which sticky piston. Okay. Sticky piston will push a block and pull it back with it because it's sticky. Yes, that's things you can power pistons. This is a dispenser. Dispensers will drop items that aren't throwable, or throwable items like fire charges, eggs, and arrows, and snowballs, I think, and eggs. Yeah, no, I said eggs. Scramble brain moment. Yeah, so snowballs and arrows and fire charges and eggs will be fired out of it, so I can press this button and kill this pig. So it's firing arrows at it. So you can power dispensers as well. Yeah, he's dead, yeah. It's just obviously it's linking into the back of it. Oh, this is a use of sticky pistons, yep. So this is an automatic door, which I'll do a video on. I did so long ago, like from the first videos I did for my channel, I taught everyone how to use this, and it got like 3 views, and I was like, oh my god! So and I still only getting like 3 views on my videos, so yeah, progress. Yeah, through here, sticky piston, opens the door, closes it for you. And again, that's just the machine I built earlier, which shows you how to... Oh, that was a bit of a glitch. Yeah, and you can have fun, hours and hours of fun. Redstone will also open iron doors, wooden doors, fence gates, and trapdoors. Oh yeah, here's the note block again, with delays on them, so that'll play one note, then that one, then that one. Let's listen. Ba-da-dum. That's C, D, E, I think, or something like that. Boom. Yep, note blocks. Oh yeah, these are the new things that were added. The droppers, and what they do is instead, just like dispensers, they will drop anything that isn't throwable, but they will actually drop everything. So these are arrows which dispensers will fire, and they just drop them like an item. And they slid on this ice into a hopper, and a hopper is something which will feed things into whatever's underneath it. So if I just do that again, you'll see the arrow slides. But were that to be a dispenser, the arrow would actually fire as if being fired from a bow over into that village over there or whatever, and kill some poor man. Final thing, redstone can be used to power command blocks, which are blocks I will do a thing on. But basically you can put a command in them like this, which is a machine which makes it permanently day. And that's the command for it, which is time set 1, sets the time back to the beginning of the day. And with a piece of redstone, that'll just set that time off. That'll set that off. Watch. If I do, oh no, it won't work. But yeah, just trust me. A redstone current will make one of them work. Jerk friends. Yeah, that's something I forgot to add. These things will. Sorry about this. I'm going to cut that out. Yeah, that's another thing I meant to add. These are detector rails, so basically they're like a pressure plate, but for a minecart. So when a minecart travels over them, they will cause a redstone signal. Yeah, these are another thing I forgot to mention. These are that's a detector rail, so it's like a pressure plate for a minecart. So when a minecart goes over it, it does the same thing as a pressure plate and will power something. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics of all redstone circuitry. Oh, no, it ain't. No, it isn't. So those are the things which you can power, use to power things, use to repeat things and make it better, and then power finally. All of those things across there. And there's one more thing, which is I know I can hear you all asking through the internet, which is, Tom, what if we want to use something with with two power sources? And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, sure. Well, we use a thing called logic gates for that, which is a posh name for it. It comes from computer programming. It basically means that there's two inputs, and depending on which one of them or the other is, it will make something. So first you have an OR gate, which is just a normal circuit. So when one is on, it will work, or when the other one is on and one is off, it will work. How amazing is that? Then you have the NOT gate, which is your inverter. So both of these are currently on. So they are in the 1 position, and we want them to be in the 0 position, which is off. And that will turn on when both of these things are turned off. So it's a NOT gate. So when these are not on, the thing will be on. Weird that, yeah. You can also do versions of these with 1 strand, and it's probably the most useful thing in circuitry, because basically you can make it so a door is always open unless you want it to be closed. So that was always on, so when it's just idling it'll always be on, and then that will invert it by turning that. Flicking that switch, you turn the redstone torch off, which will in turn turn that off. That's a single one, that's a double one, or the NOT gate. And then finally, the most complicated, the AND gate, which needs both the left one and the right one to be on. So both of them need to be in the 1 position. Yeah, I'll show you how that works. I use this in my 3v3 PvP arena map, which I made, because I did all the redstone and command blocks and stuff on that. So when you turn 1 on, I use this for the ready up. So basically, one team's ready, they're like, oh, I'll turn my thing on, and say this is the thing that makes you teleport into the arena. And the other team's like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Oh, but I'm ready now. And they turn that on. Only then will the redstone signal be carried. So to build an AND gate, you redstone up to a block with a redstone torch on top of it, with a redstone dust on top of a block with the control torch, which is the one that will determine whether that's on or off. And then you have the other one repeated on the other side. So basically, if that's off, that will be off, because that redstone torch is still powering that, which is in turn powering the dust, which is in turn turning that off, which is really complicated. But it doesn't really get much easier. Basics, it will only turn on when that is on and that is on. AND gates. So yeah, that is really the basics of redstone circuitry. You have power sources, you have repeaters, which can delay, recreate the current, delay the current, or make repeating circuits. And then you have all the things you can power: pistons, which push but do not pull; dispensers, which fire; sticky pistons, push and pull; doors, which open; note blocks make noise; droppers will drop everything, including fireable items. And that is the basics of redstone circuitry. So in the next episode, I will do an episode on pistons, and I will do an episode on dispensers and command blocks and sticky pistons and these things called comparators, which are complicated and also really useful. And I will show you awesome ways of making awesome things which are awesome. Goodbye.